Hello and welcome to the GameDev Outpost. In this video, we'll be talking about scene hierarchy and resources in Godot 3. So whenever you create a new scene, you need to have a root node. This root node will encompass everything in your level. So the options that are given to us at first are the 2D scene, 3D scene, and user interface. You can think of each of these nodes as the most basic version, but with transform information on them. Now you don't always need to have transform information at the root of your scene. So another option you have is the most basic of all nodes, node. Now another reason to use a simple node is for hierarchy and organization. You can think of it like a folder. If you want to rename a node, you can double click on it and rename it, or you can right click and you can go down to rename. Another useful option, if you want to duplicate a node, you can right click and go down to duplicate, or you can hold down Control and hit D on the keyboard. Now to move the nodes around, all you need to do is drag and drop it. You can drag this beside other nodes, or you can drag it below other nodes. One thing to note here is that you can't place a node next to or above the root node. Now you do have a move up and move down option in the right click menu, but these will only move nodes up or down on the same hierarchy level. Now let's say that you have a bunch of nodes in your scene. You could drag and drop it all the way from the bottom all the way to the top, or you could right click and you can go to reparent. And from here, it could be a faster way to move your nodes. Now, if you made a mistake or you decide that you want another node to be your main root, you can right click and you can choose make scene root. Now, similar to that, if you want to change the type of one of your nodes, you can right click and you can go to change type. And from here, you can change it to whatever node you want. Next, let's come down to the file system. And the first thing you'll notice is a folder called res. This is short for resources. So I call this the resource window. In here, this is where you'll save assets and import assets. So the first thing that we usually do with our resources is we begin to set up a hierarchy for organization. So if you right click, you can make a new folder and you can give it a name. Or another way to make a folder is by right clicking and open in File Manager. This will open up your project folder on your desktop where you initially saved your project. And if you make a folder in here and you come back to Godot, it'll load in right away. Now, similar to the scene window, you can also duplicate by right-clicking and going to duplicate, or hitting Control D on the keyboard. And you can change the order, or you can reparent by dragging and dropping. If you have a lot in your folder structure, or there's a lot of layers to your folder structure, you can use Move To move things around a lot faster. And then you can also rename. And even though you can right-click on the resource folder and rename shows up, you can't rename the resource folder. And the last two things I wanted to show you in here are new scripts and new resources. We'll be going into more detail with these in later videos, but if you click on new resources, a window similar to the nodes window will open up. This is the resource window. Now there's a lot of other ways to make these resources, but we will be using this menu in upcoming videos. Alright guys, that covers scene hierarchy and resources. If this video was helpful, please let me know by commenting down below and liking the video. Thanks, guys.